What's crackling, everybody? Welcome back once again to the definitive cereal tier list, where each episode we take a cereal, put it on the tier list, so you know how good it is. I'm your host Tucker, and this episode we're going to be doing Big Biscuit Shredded Wheat. Now, hopefully, the fun accidental clue from last week led you to correctly guess that Big Biscuit Shredded Wheat was going to be our next cereal. But previously, we did both OG and Wheaton brand shredded wheats. They got an E. Didn't really do it for me. Kind of too bland and just kind of whatever. And this is just a big version of the original, which normally I wouldn't do a cereal that's just a size change. But I bought this one first before I realized that it was just the big version of OG. So since I have it, I'm going to do it. Now let's see how big these things are. What we got in store. Wow. Really struggled with that. I was not expecting this. It's various little bags. This has never happened before. Wow. Okay. Okay, so these ones are called biscuits. The other ones weren't called biscuits. That's worth noting. I'm trying to, it says 9 servings. How many bags are there? This is unprecedented. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. I mean, I'm just going to do one bag, I guess. That's weird. Why would, if you're going to separate them into individual bags, why not have them be the serving size? This is just incredibly shocking. Okay. Wow. If nothing else, I think this was worth it just for that. That was new. Okay. I just underestimated how big these are. Holy cow. What the heck? Jeez Louise. A serving is 2 biscuits. I said that, but it didn't register. Now I understand why. Well, what do I do with this odd one now? And look, it's all broken apart. I'm gonna take these, I guess. Okay. Well, I still have a biscuit left. I don't know what to do with it. I've never been so flustered. Okay. I don't know how this is gonna work. Is that enough? I really don't know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, up. Dip it in some milk. Just gonna take a bite out of a biscuit, I guess. I mean, tastes like wheat. Not much of a change, taste-wise. Yeah, it's pretty much just the monstrosity of this. That's the real sort of difference. So, was this worth it, science? Was this really what we needed to spend our scientists on? All right, I finished the first biscuit. We're halfway there. But again, pretty much very just similar to original. There's sort of an airiness to it, I guess, because it's so big. That is kind of working for me a bit more than the other shredded wheats have, I guess. But I don't think this is going to be much higher, despite the sort of enjoyment factor I'm getting from this giant monstrosity in front of me. There we go. I guess just because there's less surface area touching milk with these Big Biscuits. Not as much of the milk has been fully absorbed by the piece. So there's a bit more in the bowl. I'm not expecting the taste to really be too different though. Yeah, pretty much just tastes like wheated milk. Same as the other shredded wheats. Yeah, pretty much just the same. Again, I'm still sort of reeling from the size of this cereal, if it is still considered cereal, but everything else about it is super meh. So besides that one huge difference, pretty much the same as the other shredded wheats. So taste and texture wise, this is pretty much what I expected it to be. There was that sort of airiness in the piece that I think was a wrinkle I didn't expect. But overall, again, I don't think it's, from a taste and texture and trying to consider these large biscuits cereal, not a huge shakeup in any sort of regard there. So what I'm going to do is give Big Biscuit Shredded Wheat a D. I know what you're thinking. Same as the other ones. Why is it an E? I just had so much fun with the size aspect of this that I think that alone is enough to justify moving it to a D, because it's just so big. Like, who asked for this? Why is it so big? I don't understand. But it just brought me so much joy that I think even though it's pretty bland, I'm going to bump it up and give it that D. I'm counting the bigness of these things as sort of like the X factor, which is, shown up a few times to help move a cereal up or down a bit. So it doesn't break the integrity of the list too much. But also, hard to consider these things cereal with the fact that you can only fit 2 in a bowl at once. So this feels like sort of its own sort of subcategory in the cereal tier list. But yeah, just the joy it brought me is enough for this to get a D. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and in the comments below, post your general thoughts. Let me know if you've opened up a box and then opened up a bag within that box of Big Biscuit Shredded Wheat. If you had this and somehow knew what to expect, please tell me how that came to be. If you also were shocked the first time you opened this like I was, be sure to share that as well. Or if you're upset that this just being very big was enough to make it a D and be above the other shredded wheats, and you want to sort of go to bat for the other 2 shredded wheats, feel free to do that in the comments as well. But until next time, stay big.